Hello, my name's Madelyn from Tangerine Salon, and today I'm going to be showing you a nice sleek and tucked away style that I've seen everywhere from the red carpet to the runway. It's going to be great for any occasion. So I'm going to start by sectioning away the top layer of my hair. This is really important when you have really thick hair like I do. I can't really even touch this underneath layer without sectioning it up, so it just ensures that everything is gonna lay really nice and sleek today. So I'm gonna start by spritzing in a little bit of a heat protectant. This is our SHAMPURE Thermal Dry Conditioner. And then I'm gonna take my flat iron. You can really use whatever flat iron you have. I just like to keep my temperature below 400, just so I feel like any hair texture that's not super coarse and curly doesn't really need anything above 400. So just to ensure that I don't have any extra breakage. So I'm gonna just start by smoothing down the excess frizz and curl in my hair. This doesn't have to be super perfect, especially since it is the bottom layer. I always like to curve the bottom of my hair under just a tad, because throughout the day it's going to want to flip out. This will just make sure that you've got a nice and tucked under look rather than a flippy look. We're going to curve this side under again. One thing I like to do before I start heat styling is blow dry my hair with a little bit of our Nourishing styling cream. This is just going to make my natural curly hair more of a manageable, tame version of that, so that I'm not using excess heat. It saves my hair from a lot of damage, and it's a really great heat protectant as well. So now that we've got the first layer finished, I'm just going to put it in the back and take down our next layer. You can use 2 to 3 layers, just depending on how thick your hair is. I'm gonna go up by my temples and section off the top crown of my head. My hair is a little bit thicker underneath, so this top layers can be a lot thinner than the other ones, but it's just makes it a little bit easier to get that nice smooth finish. And I do always like to section my hair in the back and bring it around to the front, since you cannot see the back of your head, so this just makes it a lot easier on yourself. And again, we're gonna go in with the thermal dry conditioner on each layer. You could do this all over your head before you get started, but I prefer to do each layer so I can really make sure that there are no strands left behind. And then again, we're gonna go in with a 375-degree flat iron and just finish out each strand. Since I've already got it pretty smooth with the Nourishing Styling Cream, this look really just requires normal flat ironing for the bottom 2 layers until we get to the top. And if you have layers like I do, flipping it under just helps the layers to combine and not look as chunky when it's flat ironed. I feel like that's something that people struggle with, is when you're flat ironing just straight down, they want to flip out. Whereas if you flip it under, everything seems to blend really nicely. All right, now that we've got this second layer finished, I'm gonna put it in the back. And another thing I really like to do just on myself that I found is I like to take this top section right here in the back and separate it from everything else, and just take my flat iron and go right at the root and really smooth that out. Sometimes I notice from splitting my hair in the back that I have 2 sections that want to just split apart, and that'll just make sure that if that happens that you aren't walking around with, you know, the split in the back. And so for the last section, I'm gonna go ahead and part my hair in the center. This parting works best for this look since we're gonna be having it tucked away. If you don't naturally have a center part, a really good way to achieve that is to take your blow dryer and just smooth it out with a brush. That way your hair will naturally want to flow in that direction. So this section, more than any other section, is most important to get the thermal dry conditioner on. Your top layer gets the most damage from heat, color, the environment, so you really want to make sure you're protecting it as much as possible. So everything in front of the ear we're going to be doing last, so we're going to kind of go at a different rate than what we were doing underneath. We're going to start with everything behind the ear. So this front section is a little bit more important since we're going to be slicking it back and tucking it away. We want it to lay really flat, as where right now I tuck it behind my ears and it wants to poof out right here. That's the problem that we're going to address with flat ironing. So I'm going to take this piece right in front of the ear, make sure I've just got the top layer, and almost angle it back a tad bit. still tucking it under, but angling it back. We're going to do the same with this top section. And you can tell my shorter pieces in the front, disregarding this little short one here, they already want to angle backwards, which is gonna help my hair lay down a lot flatter once we have it tucked behind the ear. So then I'm gonna take the other side and do the exact same thing. And now I'm gonna take that section right here at the top and make sure that it is all smooth as well. Once you have everything smooth, it's always nice to take good measure and just finish it off with a little bit of smoothing fluid. I'm gonna take a drop or two. It's a very light, oily fluid, and I'm gonna start on my ends. And then I'm also going to take it higher up. And if you need an extra drop, be careful, just use a tiny bit up through the front section. We wouldn't want to make anything oily. So as you can see, everything is laying really nicely behind my ear. I've gotten all of my frizzy flyaways smoothed down. I'm just going to take a little bit of our air control hairspray and finish everything off. This look is going to be really nice for a more sleek, contemporary, and modern look. I like to wear mine behind the head like this. I've got longer hair, so it's nice to keep it off of my neck. But if you have shorter hair or if you like to bring it around to the front, you can easily split the hair in the back, like we did before, to flat iron, and bring it around and keep it nice and tucked down. Or if you like to bring two in the front, that totally works too. My favorite way is to wear it nice and sleek down the back. So I hope the techniques with the flat iron that I used in this video and some of the great Aveda products that I featured will help you achieve this look at home, and happy hairstyling. If you like this video, make sure and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to learn more tips and tricks used by the pros. If there's anything specific you'd like to see, make sure and leave us a comment below.